Please like and subscribe to support this crate content. Thank you. Crate training is an essential skill for dogs and puppies coming into new homes. It keeps your dog or puppy safe, it keeps your house safe, and it aids enormously in house training. Crate your dog or puppy whenever you cannot watch them closely, during busy times, when napping, and during the night. For puppies and dogs, I like to have them crated in my bedroom so they sleep with us as well.
You guys may not be able to see this, but the puppy has decided to sleep in Tipton's crate. We're out in this room and he could sleep anywhere, but he chose to sleep in a nice sheltered area so he feels safe.
For puppies that are just removed from the litter, I will have them on my nightstand in a crate at first. This can help ease the transition for a puppy leaving its litter and going to a crate by itself when sleeping. Once they get used to being in a crate by themselves, then I gradually move the dog's or puppy's crate further away from my nightstand until the desired location in the bedroom is met. Initially, I also feed the dog or puppy in their crate so they get used to eating in their crate and the crate becomes the place where they get all yummy things. Then I condition the puppy or dog to the crate with the methods I'm going to show you here. Usually it makes for a nice, easy transition into a crate and quiet nights. I have trained hundreds of foster dogs and puppies with this method and usually have a quiet night the first night they are with me. This usually takes about 30 minutes of time, so do this shortly after the dog comes to your house so the dog is acclimated to the crate by bedtime. I highly prefer plastic crates over wire crates. They're more secure, harder to break out of, and feel safer to the dog or puppy. They also contain any mess better than wire crates. If you're going to use a wire crate, I recommend putting it in a corner where the dog feels out of the way and safe, or perhaps even covering the wire crate.
This is an example of one of my dog's crates. As you can see, it's a sturdy plastic crate. Again, I prefer these for many reasons. And I also use a non-slip mat underneath, which could be like a yoga mat or a non-slip pad you put under rugs. And when I first get a dog, I may just put like an old blanket or sheet in the bottom because I don't want to risk the dog destroying, oh my goodness, destroying a more expensive bed. Once I know the dog isn't going to destroy anything, I go with some kind of crate mat that's nice and soft. And I also like to cover the crate with some kind of cover. This one is I bought it to cover crates, but you can just use a nice sheet or a blanket or something, but I always want to leave one side open at least for ventilation. So I may, especially if it's hot, I may lift up one of the sides or leave the back open or something like that.
Here I am using some treats or food to get the puppy to go inside the crate. This guy really isn't afraid, so it's going to go a lot faster with him than a dog that would be afraid of the crate. Here, buddy. You could use a leash to help you guide the dog or puppy into the crate gently. Good boy. Good boy. He's not quite as focused as an adult dog would be, but I thought he would be a cute example. Crate is the perfect size for this puppy. He can go in, turn around, and lay down flat on the bottom, but it's not so big that he's going to have room to pee and poop in one corner and sleep in the other. And then once they go in there, then I close the door. They want to get used to this sound. open the door, let him come out. Pebble. Pop, pop. Pop, pop. Pop. Yeah, good boy. You can use a word, of course, when they go in, like kennel or crate. Boy. So you'd say kennel. His siblings are playing out in the patio. Pebble. Oh, I said pebble. Kennel. His name is Pebble. And I'm rewarding him for being quiet in there. If he was to start screaming, I would not reward him right now. Good boy. Kennel. And then I would start increasing the time he's in there without me letting him out. And then I would start walking away from the crate and come back to open it. And you only open it when he's quiet. You never open it when they're excited or whining or barking. Getting the idea now. He's like, ah, go in there, get a piece of food. And then when I'm crate training, I'll feed them in the crate. They also may get a special toy or treat in the crate. Start walking away. I wouldn't feed him when their paw's up. I'd wait for it to go down. So he'd be nice and quiet. Good boy. And then we let him out. Okay, and that's the start of the crate training. Then you just expand on this concept and leave the puppy or dog in the crate longer and walk further away before coming back and rewarding and letting the dog out. Returning home is an important part of the crate training process. Always be calm when you return home. Don't say hello to the dogs and don't get them excited. And I always put away my purse or the groceries or whatever I have, and I vary the time it takes before I let the puppies and dogs out. Except if I have a young puppy, then I will let it out as soon as possible. Right now I have a puppy foster, he's in here, and I have 3 dogs in crates. And so what I do is I come home, maybe I need to put away some groceries or put my purse down, change my clothes, and I do all of that before I let the dogs out. So that way my arrival doesn't mean automatically being let out of the crate. You can see Mr. Tipton's waiting nicely, Char's waiting nicely, Hawkeye's waiting nicely. So I vary the time they have to wait in our crates before I let them out. And this just makes them quiet and not get too excited when I get home. Little dude here, he's an exception. He's only 6 weeks old and he really has to potty. So I will get him out and let him go potty pretty soon, but not exactly after I get up or get home. I usually recommend using a crate until the dog is at least a year old when unattended. After that, if your dog is reliable and well behaved, they can stay out of the crate while you're away from home.